What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Elite Football Framework. I am Jordan Pugh. I'm the founder and head coach of PPT Elite, former Texas A&M All-American and 5-year NFL veteran. Now, in this video, I'm going to break down how we develop defensive backs, not just to get recruited, but to walk into college completely ready to go, compete, and make an impact for your team. All right, so let's start with the truth. Like, why do most high school defensive backs struggle when they move on to the next level? Why are they underdeveloped? And I don't mean their athleticism. I'm talking about the football IQ, but most importantly, the overall technique playing the defensive back position, right? Look, you got to understand that the reason why they're underdeveloped is because they're not being taught how to recognize route concepts. They're not being taught how to read formations. They're not understanding how to disguise coverages and, most importantly, anticipate routes, right? Look, a lot of DBs are fast, a lot of DBs are athletic, but a lot of them are guessing. Not because they don't know what to do, because they haven't been taught what to do, right? And you're looking at coaches failing DBs constantly in this day and age, and that is getting guys beat as they progress to the next level. And you got to understand that there is a gap. And what we want to do at PPT is we want to be able to close the gap for each and every DB as they step onto the field, so there's no lack in confidence and you have the technique and skill set in order to do what you need to do, right? So here's where the gap lives. It lives in eyes, lives in footwork, leverage, and anticipation. Or most importantly, like we like to frame it, is a 3 framework setup. It is your hands, your feet, and your hips. The problem is this: most high school systems, DBs are just told just to play man or drop into third. Very simple concepts, right? But nobody's teaching them how to read hips, understand spacing, and leverage the sideline, right? In college, DBs play is about precision. DB play is about understanding down and distance and situation. And if your eyes are wrong and if your feet are late, you are a liability to the team, but most importantly, you are a liability in coverage. All right, so now at PPT, we develop DBs like pros, right? Every single detail matters in everything that we do. We want to be elite and we want to do it in a way that is excellent, right? Now, we teach the entire picture. We teach how to identify route combos, how to communicate adjustments pre-snap, right? How to anticipate the play based on down and distance. And we drill zone concepts, press, bail, and pattern match principles each and every single week, each and every single day. So we have the full gamut and toolbox for our players, right? Look, we also do this. We break down film the way a college secondary should, right? So when you're coming into our program, it is like a college setting, a professional setting. And we go over formation tendencies, wide receiver releases, QB indicators, and route systems. We make sure we have a full understanding for our players so they can progress and have a full IQ of understanding how to play position, right? And then other thing that we do is this: we give our guys live high-level reps, right? 1-on-1, 7-on-7s, national showcase games. That's where they sharpen their instincts, improve themselves under pressure, right? Now, everything we do is designed to prepare you for what's coming next. Everything that we do is to have you operate at a college level, but most importantly, have you operate at an elite level. Now, check it out, man. I know what some of you guys are saying, like, man, this is cool. Coach, I know that you play DB in the NFL. That's all great. But, man, who are the players that you work with? Like, who has come through this system? Who has come through your protocol that has really shined? Well, the first one that comes to mind is a guy named Jordan Sanford, right? He joined us as a sophomore as a quarterback. We found out that his true position was defensive back. We developed his technique and his instincts, and he earned a scholarship to Texas Tech, and now has just transferred to the University of California. Or what about Franklin Johnson? He was a complete athlete who found his calling at DB in our program, right? And he ended up earning a scholarship to Boise State University. And then we have Tavar Smith, right? This kid fought me every single day because he wanted to play the wide receiver position. But once he committed to DB, everything changed in his recruitment, and he signed with East Central University out of high school, but now has transferred to Tulane University, right? And then there's one of the guys who battled through it all: adversity, setbacks, doubt, all of that. But he stayed locked in, trusted the process, and earned a preferred walk-on to UNT. And that's my guy right here, Ken Crow. See, these are real players who trusted the development and bet on themselves.
My name's Ken Crow. I currently play DB at the University of North Texas. I've been training with Coach Pugh past 3.5 years now. I met Pugh through a homeboy of mine he used to train with. He was like, "Yo, I got a trainer. He'll get you right. You know, he'll get you where you need to be." You know, when I first met Pugh, I was completely out of shape. I'm talking about throwing up every workout, just dying. My footwork wasn't up to par. And just the basic techniques of playing DB, it all needed to be toned. In these past 3 years, man, he took his time, stuck with me, developed me, worked on the craft with me. It was a lot of lonely days, man. No plan, but a vision. Just working, just hoping like one day the work will pay off. And I wouldn't say it's paid off, but I got this opportunity because of that work that me and Pew put in, man. And words can't describe how thankful I am, Coach Pew. The difference between Coach Pew and a lot of other trainers, one, the league experience is different when you get to learn from a guy who's played your position at a high level. That means he knows what he's talking about. He knows what it takes to get there at your position. And two, he has a brand that he cares about. Like, he really cares about developing athletes. He's going to take his time with you, develop you, and put his name on the line for you. He's going to get you an opportunity, whether it be work or just connects. One's going to pay off, and that's what it's done for me. He's solely this reason I got this opportunity. Words can't describe how thankful I am for Coach Pew. A lot of lonely nights, man, but still dropping money, as Coach Pew would say. We still got some work to do, but I'm just thankful, man. I got to this point right now where I'm at. Just hoping and working for an opportunity, dog. That's what we finally got.
So, why does all this matter? Right, parents, if your son plays the defensive back position, this is what you need to understand. Every college roster is looking for smart, instinctive defensive backs who can run, who can cover, who can tackle, but most importantly, who can communicate, right? But what separates recruits is this. Can he process fast? Can he process under chaos? Can he adjust mid-play? Can he be trusted in coverage on day one when he steps on campus, right? And that's what we build here. We just don't do drills that work and that anybody can do. We develop complete defensive backs. All right, now here's the deal. Our national team program is not for everybody, right? We only work with serious defensive backs who are ready to be coached hard, be held accountable, but most importantly, to be prepared to play like a college athlete, right? Now, if that's your son, if you're an athlete watching this and thinking, hey man, this is what I've been missing, this is what I've been longing for, this is the type of program that I need to be a part of, then this is what I need you to do next. All right, so go down to the link in the description below, and I want you to apply to see if you're a fit for our national team program, right? We'll schedule a quick call, we'll evaluate where you're at based off the film, and if you're serious, we'll show you how to take the next steps in your development, all right? Now look, man, you gotta understand this isn't about a hype man, this is about getting ready for you to play at the college level. We are intent and we are serious about developing elite defensive backs. And if that matches you, if you want the opportunity to play at an elite level, if you want the opportunity to earn your way and get the exposure that you're looking for, but most importantly, get the opportunity to earn scholarships, then go down to the link and apply today. So I hope you guys got some value out of this. That is another episode of the Elite Football Framework. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're a serious athlete ready to take your game to the next level, you know what to do. Man, give us a follow on the social channels at PPT Elite and go down to the link below and apply. See y'all on the next video.